So Eric, Nikki, what we set out to find out today is really what happens going forward. We know that there is someone who has really made a name for himself making offensive comments at city council meetings. And yesterday we saw what happened when people physically stepped in to try to stop him. So what does that mean for the future of in-person comment at city council meetings?
I need to remind members of the audience, please do not disrupt the orderly conduct of these proceedings.
When a man tried to give public comment at Tuesday night Sacramento City Council meeting.
You're in violation of Chapter 5 of the...
Many in council chambers had some notion of what he was about to say.
This time I was like, I'm done. I got up around the same time Mayor Steinberg did to walk out.
Councilmember Lisa Kaplan and Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg are both Jewish, and the man's comments at past meetings have been widely perceived as anti-Semitic. Here he was last week.
And they think that
your time is up. Sit down.
Thank you.
Sit
I'll
down.
be back.
Get out. Get out. We don't want you.
The man, Ryan Misano, had attended several previous meetings, according to Councilmember Lisa Kaplan. But she said this time felt different. He didn't come alone.
There were many of those friends with masks and hoods on. They don't believe in masks. Hoods only mean one thing.
Before the man could speak last night, protesters blocked his path. Eventually, the outbursts from those protesters led the city council to close the in-person portion of the meeting to the public. What would you say to them?
You know, the mom in me, I saw them do that, and to the extent of like, it's thank you, because they're protecting. They're also standing up to vile hate, which we need more people to do. But unfortunately, during a council meeting, whether you like or believe in process, there is a process.
A process that generally allows people to speak for their allotted 2 minutes, regardless of what they say.
Honestly, we got to let them spew his hate.
Still, if one side remains committed to comments widely felt to be offensive, dangerous, and hateful, and another side remains committed to confronting them during public meetings, what is the future of in-person Sacramento City Council meetings?
Unfortunately, if the same thing happens again, the same thing will happen again, because the City Council has to ensure a safe environment and an environment in which the public's business can be conducted and everyone can be heard without fear of being shouted down.
So that's the mayor's chief of staff essentially saying that should this happen again, they will again shut down the in-person comment portion of the city council meeting. Now, people will still be able to participate virtually, but they say if they have that kind of confrontation, they have to protect people's right to be able to speak. They would send people out and do the same thing again. Of course, that definitely changes the dynamic. Many people are happy to have in-person meetings again, and this denies them the ability to be able to participate in person. So her best advice was, regardless of whether or not you like what someone has to say, let them say their piece, and when it's your turn, you can go up and say your piece. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Carmen Dickerson, Fox 40 News.